Okay, I got Brian working on the rewire. We got it all disassembled and taken apart. Now I'm going to explain why it didn't sound good and what we're going to do to make it sound right. On top of all the wiring and install mistakes, it's just the planning wasn't done correctly. So we're going to show you what was done and what we're going to do to fix it. A little more stupid to fix. No protection on the wires at all. And they over torqued the bolt and cracked the corner of the enclosure. Not that we're surprised at this point. I guess Home Depot had a sale on drywall screws, because that's the only thing that was used on this install. And you should never use drywall screws on a fiberglass enclosure. You guys know that from my Harley Davidson videos. See, that's the problem with mounting the amplifiers straight to the floor of the Slingshot. Look at those giant drywall screws sticking out of the bottom. All you have to do is make a plastic plate. A, it's going to space the amp up so it doesn't get wet if it rains. And B, you don't have long ass screws sticking out of the bottom of the customer's car. It's unsafe. It looks terrible. Nobody can agree. Nobody's going to sit here and tell me that that's okay. That's not okay. These SSV Works enclosures are the industry standard. Everybody uses them because you could just drop them in and they work. We don't like to use them because the enclosure is so small. They're very inefficient. So it'll sound decent, but you won't get loud bass. But that's okay. For most customers, that's fine. This is where the issue lies. So they were running Rockford Pro Audio 6.5s, which is fine. But you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 mids and no tweeters. So if you're going to do this, you can run 4 mids and 2 horns, or 4 mids, 4 horns, but you cannot run all these mid-range speakers and no tweeter. So we're going to upgrade these to MATS coaxials. It's not that the MATS is a better quality speaker, it's just the fact that it has a horn tweeter in the center, so it gives you more balanced sound. So tweeters like to play from 3,000 up to 20,000, and then that allows the mid-range to play from 80 or 100 or 200 up to 2,000. Having the mid by itself like this, these mids can't play up past 4K, 2K, and they're not supposed to. So building a bike with a whole bunch of these and no tweeters, you're not going to build a good sounding bike. Okay, this is where stuff really went wrong in the planning stage. These gel audio pods are really, really, really good high quality pods. They're weatherproof, the speakers can get wet, but the way the speaker's designed, the speaker is not designed to play loud. So it's designed to be weatherproof. The sensitivity of speakers is not as high as the sensitivity of the Rockford speakers that they use. So the Rockford speakers are so loud, you're not going to hear these. So if you're going to use the gel audios, just run all gel audios. That way the speakers have similar characteristics and they complement each other and play together well. You can't use these and then throw some pro audio drivers and expect these to keep up. They're not designed to do that. So if you're going to run the gel audio marine, you should have ran all gel marine. If you're going to run the Rockford Pro Audio, you should have ran all Rockford Pro Audio. You could have used this enclosure, made an acrylic adapter plate, and made the Rockford fit in here. So we're going to reuse the enclosure, but we're going to change the speakers out to something that plays louder, and then we're going to do a matching tweeter. And then all the speakers are going to have similar frequency response, so they're going to play well together. You'll see. We're going to take off half these speakers, and we're going to make it twice as loud. I don't know what they used to cut the hole, but oops, they cut a little bit too big, and it's crooked. And more drywall screws. Hey, look, Brian's using wire loom to protect the wire that he's running. It's crazy.
Learn from the best.
Okay, I just want everybody to understand why we use the brands that we use. So this battery is one that came in the Slingshot. Obviously it's no good because it's went dead 20 times, so it won't hold the charge anymore. But these are both Group 34 batteries. So you see it right there, D34 from Optima, D3400 from Excess Power. We choose to go with the Excess Power because in the same size and footprint, we're getting 80 amp hours, where the Optima is 55 amp hours. We're getting 1150 cranking amps. With the Optima, we're only getting 870. Optima is a decent battery. I'm not saying anything bad about Optima, but for just about the same price point, we can get a lot more energy to our amplifiers and the bike in general. As you can see, the bikes are literally, the batteries are literally the same size. We got like a 1/4 inch difference here, but this is what we like to use. This is what we've been using for years. It works. We're going to stick with it. Show you guys how it works out. The only thing that sucks, we're going to have to make a mount because this mount doesn't fit, and we don't want the arcing issues that the previous shop had. So we're going to go ahead and make a mount for it. I'll show you guys how it works out.